Hello and welcome back to MoonClan. My name is Rossi and today we are picking up again right where we left off, going into Moon 129 for the clan, crazily enough as that is. And I do just want to say, by the time I'm recording this and it'll go up, it's going to be the new year. So happy New Year's everybody. Here's to a better 2025. Although I understand that it's probably not going to happen with all of the things I've been seeing in the news, but we'll keep our hopes up for a better year all the same. And I want to thank everybody as well for the support over 2024. It's been very, very nice to have, especially since I've been going through a lot of transitions and I'm trying to settle back into routine with school and everything else that's been going on in general too. So it's really appreciated and I'm excited to see what we can do in 2025. But I don't really want to clog up this video too much with all of that stuff. So I don't honestly remember what happened last time. I think we had a lot of cats joining the clan, kind of going around per usual there. But between me getting sick, our heat actually went out for a day or two there in the middle of winter, which is great. And some other things going on. It's been a second since I've recorded. So without any further ado though, let's go ahead and dive on into Moon 129. And we'll see what happens. It looks like we're heading into Leaf Bear too. Alright, time has taken its toll and Weaselreed has noticed themselves slowing down. They worked timelessly for many moons, but it's time for them to retire. I think that was meant to be tirelessly, not timelessly, but I guess the sentiment holds. Yarstar proudly calls a clan meeting to honor Ravensong's service to the clan. It's time they retire peacefully to the Elder's Den. I think that's gonna be our sign that we're going to also be retiring here. I guess we can make it at Moon 130 just to round it out. Or we can even just do it at the start of the next episode. Or what would be the start of the next episode. So Frost Whisperer is officially on a timer. His time as a warrior is going to be coming to an end shortly. And it'll be time for another cat maybe to step up into his paw sets, whether that be a daughter or somebody else, and continue on the legacy. Though, of course, that'll be more implied than shown. Sky Scratch has gotten white cough, and Weaselreed has gotten green cough. Amber Stride's running nose has finally stopped running. Miss Spot's white cough is gone, but Scratchfoot has gotten green cough. So we've really already got a pretty big spread of cough, which is not good, because I do think we were having some issues with herbs last time too. So hopefully we get the right herbs to stop that before it becomes an actual epidemic, but I honestly don't hold that much hope since we do have so many cats. Slumber Shiver was taking some prey from the fresh kill pile only to find a horde of rats. While they managed to fight off every last rat, she got injured in the process. Plumetooth has healed from her claw wound. Twighair slipped on some rocks and dislocated her leg. Twilight Shade is no longer coughing and sputtering. Their case of green cough is now gone. Privattooth has recovered from birthing her litter. With the additional focus of the clan, we did gather 11 herbs. And the only new trait over here was that we found a new accessory in a fern, and we choose to store it in a safe place for now. So just to do a quick recap of how MoonClan is doing. We're still allies with all of the other clans, most of whom are proud, and we are still considered stoic. We're still going to try and get some of our lost outsiders back in as well. We do have some catmint in the medicine cat den, it looks like. And we do have enough medicine cats to treat everybody. We're just not doing good when it comes to the actual stores. So fingers crossed we can actually keep gathering some. Looks like Mulberry Kit was given Poppy as treatment for kitten cough too, which is apparently the treatment for that. I didn't know that was a thing, but good to know. We sadly don't have any more, so we're gonna keep our fingers crossed we can gather more so Mulberry Kit can pull through. And we're focusing on assisting with herb gathering, so that's all the same there. And then we still have 510 pieces of prey out of a needed amount of about 136. So we have more than enough food. Since it's wintertime, we won't be accepting any outsiders. And yeah, I guess outside of rampant sickness, we're actually doing okay. Anyway, just the rampant sickness that has me concerned because it definitely feels like more than it probably actually is. Alright, but let's check out and see how everyone is doing. So first we have Yarosar, who wants to get to know Falcon Scratch better. Somebody also pointed out last time that Yarosar's previous deputy was also another of his litter mates, so favoritism definitely runs deep with him, which is not something I'd noticed, but like upon some reflection, I can see why that would shake out. Also, it could tie into his meek personality and just he knows he can trust his siblings or thinks he can trust those close to him. And so, you know, appreciates their insight more than he might of other cats, for example. Falcon Scratch is amused by the antics of the younger cats. Radasser seems to be hiding something in the medicine he gives to the leader. He is sneaky. I don't know if that would be a good or a bad thing. Oh, Radasser has a crush on us. Ooh. He respects Yarosar and he trusts Yarosar, but he doesn't like or dislike Yarosar. So honestly, sneaking something in could be good or bad there. Like he could be sneaking in poison, or he could be sneaking in vitamins that Yarosar doesn't like. So I could really see that going either way, and I'm curious to see how it will go. Beverly Pelt is planning to go out gathering herbs today, please. Hiccup Heart is wondering what the inside of a two-leg den looks like. And Lemon Paw is playing a prank on Milky. I will say it's a little odd going through all the medicine cats because I keep expecting to see some of the old faces here. And then instead, just a bunch of kitty pets that we acquired relatively recently. So I'm just like, oh yeah, you're here. Beverly Pelt, of course, our beloved medicine cat, who I definitely know and am very attached to. Slumber Shiver was recently caught humming to herself. She is injured with the rat bite, so no mediation this moon. We saw a kitty pet sitting calmly next to a dog. Yeah, I guess we are 128 moons old. Lyrush also saw a two-leg kit playing with a dog, so lots of dogs around, I guess. She is injured with a rat bite too, but I think we'll be okay on that front. I'm more concerned about the costs. Both Flipcone and Sagbellow are helping to escort the medicine cat to gather herbs. I think that makes sense for the additional focus of the moon, being herb gathering. So it's probably going to be them that would gather any of the extra herbs that we would get for the next moon. Also, I don't think the vitiligo actually proceeds as the cat ages, but definitely feels like Sagbellow's white is more filled out around his face. I could be totally making that up though. Moral Swirl is playing a prank on Ravensong. No rest for the elderly. Echo Dapple thinks that she's going crazy. Swan Throat is giving some advice to Shaded Antler. Burnpath is thinking about a strange tree-like object she saw recently. She was also injured alongside Lyrush by the rats. Weaselreed is bossing the younger cats around. I'll talk to him. Hey, you know, I heard you telling a story to the kids a short while ago and it was amazing. You're so talented at it. And I was wondering if you'd be able to finish the story. Just for me, I was caught by your every word like a mouse in claws. You'll finish it later? That's good, just let me know so I'm not out when you finish. I think that's just a nice interaction because it also helps us to kind of mend some of the gaps between us and Weaselreed that have been there for basically forever. And also, it gives Weasley something to do and focus on besides his sickness. And then he can also tell that story later on to the kids or to whomever as an elder. Which I definitely do agree with some posts I've seen around that elders should have a role in Clan Gen or Life Gen. I saw at one point, and I really wish I could credit them, but I don't know who it was or where I saw it. But I saw somebody say that elders should be like a place where you can like hold stories about your clan. You can tell different lore to other cats, and it's like a way to pass down information or notes that you might otherwise keep in cats' individual tabs that then become like part of the clan, part of its lore, part of the stories it tells. And that can be also how cats are remembered by the clan. And I thought that was a really good and unique idea and a good way for the elders to actually have a role. Just because honestly, before queens were implemented, I kind of used elders as a babysitter, but with permanent queens being a role that cats can actually have, and cats actually, recovering from giving birth now because that wasn't always a thing, it just didn't really feel necessary anymore for elders to hold even honorary positions like that, so it could be good to see something more unique like that come in. Ravensong is assisting with camp cleanup. Moonfern is assisting a queen with particularly mischievous kids. Now let's actually talk to Ravensong real quick. Hey Mousebrain, just so you know, you see that hair over there on the fresh kill pile? That's my hair. I'm saving it. If I come back and it's gone, you'll never know peace again. I'm so serious. Ravensong shoots you what you assume is supposed to be an intimidating glare as they stalk away. Yeah, we're totally eating that hair later. Some things just won't ever change between siblings. Moonfern lectures Quiet Kit about the different roles in the clan, and Quiet Kit answers every question in the pop quiz correctly. Compassion 1, Courage -1. Chardumble shoos the kit back into the nursery. And let's have her tell a story to Mulberry Kit. Maybe it'll help make her feel better, or help make them feel better. Chardumble tells a story about the struggle of Leaf Bear, but Mulberry Kit seems disinterested and dismissive of the struggles depicted. Compassion -1. Well, we tried. Speaking of Mulberry Kit, she is batting pebbles across the camp clearing. I don't actually know if Kitten Cough would proceed into apprenticehood if a cat that was sick with it made it up to that age. Just in my experience, it's usually like they get it moon 1 or 2, and then they usually are gone within a moon or 2. So I don't actually know if this is something that they can recover from just by aging out of it, or if we need a certain combination of herbs or expertise. I don't know. I'm hoping that Mulberry Kid actually beats the odds, though. Alright, and since I kind of skipped over some interactions, let's go back and talk with Lyre and a couple of the kits. In their weakened state, it seems like Lyre Rush is hallucinating. What's happening? Willowtail, what are you doing? Aww. Lyre Rush is seeing the faces of Star Clan cats. Deciding that this can't be good, we shake Lyre Rush awake to make sure they're still conscious. What, Frost Whisper? I don't know what happened. Willowtail was there and she was telling me that it's not my time yet. It's a little unnerving. I hope she knows what she's talking about. I mean, it's been a long time now since we've heard Willowtail's name, but she is obviously one of our kits, so it's nice that she is coming back to possibly reassure her mother. And she's been dead now longer than she was alive. That's sad. Okay. We'll also talk to Moral Swirl. She presses into our pelt after what was clearly a long day. Can you do that thing with your tail like you used to when I was young? We gently drape our tail over Moral Swirl's shoulders, and she relaxes into our fur, seemingly put at ease. Aw, just a little hug. I'll also talk to Burnpath, and she is also not well. Burnpath rolls over in her nest, groaning in pain. Well, we're here for you, Burnpath, even if it doesn't feel like it, I guess. Alright, let's do some patrols then. We'll do a LifeGen patrol. As a disclaimer too, I don't actually know if LifeGen patrols are going to be limited by age or role in the clan. I feel like it probably won't be, but that remains to be seen, I guess. We notice a stale piece of prey in a fresh kill pile. We'll remove it. We begin to reach for the prey, but recoil at the thought of touching stale food. What if it's already old enough to cause illness? We want to help our clan, but we also want to keep our paws clean. Unsure of what to do, we leave the issue for someone else to take care of. Well, you could at least tell somebody, even if you don't want to do the dirty work. Otherwise, someone will get sick. Well, Radasser and Lemonpaw set out to find some dandelions, but Lemonpaw ends up soaked from the snow and can't find any anyway. He got shivering as a result. Beverly Pelt does gather horsetail though, which is a pretty useful herb. Okay, of course we would get this prompt now. While searching for some specific herbs, Hiccup Heart is startled by weird sounds and whispers on the wind. I said no outsiders, but Hiccup Heart is righteous, and I can't see any medicine cat turning away a possible queen and kits in need. I mean, this could literally save their life or lives, so we'll go ahead. We follow the strange sounds to Queen and their kits going cold. We cancel our patrol and send some, and return to camp to get help sending the lost souls to Star Clan. So we weren't able to save the Queen or the kits. But we tried, and that's what matters, I think. We're on a border patrol, and we're checking the border lines when we notice that Crooked Clan sent us straight into our territory. They're our allies, but this is suspicious. We'll proceed. Oh. The patrol follows the scent to a Crooked Clan cat taking refuge up a tree. The cat yowls a warning, but they aren't quick enough, and a large dog suddenly descends upon the patrol. Frost Whisper is killed before they can run, and the rest of the patrol scatters in fear. We died. Relationships with Crooked Clan have worsened. Our patrol leader was Yarostar. Our members were Frost Whisper, Snowleaf, and Echo Dapple, so that happened in front of Echo Dapple, too. Okay. This actually was not how I was expecting this to happen. At this point, I was kind of expecting it to be a random time skip event, but I guess it's somewhat fitting that it'd be one of the last patrols that Frost would ever go on, and a seemingly innocuous one at that. Just goes to show how fleeting things are. So, what we're gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and proceed with this moon as per usual. We'll time skip and see where that leads us. I'm not just going to end the episode and the series right here. But we're going to go ahead and do that and see where that leaves us. And we're going to resolve some possible problems and, you know, loose ends in the next couple of moons. At that point, I'm going to see where we're all standing with everything, and we'll go from there. But dang, Frost is gone. Surprised to find himself walking the stars of Silverpelt. I never did get to see what the fern was. It looks like we still can, though. That's kind of cute. Alright. Wild. Okay. Yeah, I weirdly was still kind of holding out hope he was going to be a really old leader too, but I guess not. I guess not. Our next patrol is ambushed by a group of rogues. We have 5 cats. We can't run. Okay. We descend to battle and send them away without any issues. At least one border patrol went nice. We improved relationships with Bliss Clan, talking about the weather. Miss Spot finds a wounded cat near the Thunder Path. Sorry. We're leaving the wounded cat. Alright. Okay, I stand by. I don't actually know what's going to happen here. I don't know if we have to have another cat selected to proceed as our main character. I think we're going to pick Liar. Honestly, I think that just makes sense. But I actually don't know where the select this cat as my main is gonna be, so we're just gonna save and we're gonna time skip. Aw, we still have Frost up there, but he's on the little StarClan icon now. I guess I'll stop procrastinating and just do this. I knew whenever he died, it was going to be just like a sudden event. There was never going to be warning. That's not how ClanGen, LifeGen, etc. work. I just wasn't expecting that kind of an end. I thought that was, like, fine, you know? Whatever. Okay, so this is actually interesting. We are still the main focus, despite being a StarClan cat. I didn't know that that was a possibility. But Edelweisspaw got lost during their first solo hunt. He used the wind and the rustling of the undergrowth to guide her safely back to camp. That's actually a really nice touch. We decide to walk around MoonClan for a bit and notice a floating wisp. This wisp seems to be what other StarClan cats have described as lost spirits. We try to approach the spirit, but it disappears before we can get too close. We squint down at our paws, wondering if they may be beginning to fade. They already are forgetting us. With the additional focus of the clan, 15 Urds were gathered. Okay. I did see a little bit of a spoiler a little bit further down, but let's just go down the list here. Lemon Paw is given his full name of Lemon Stripe and welcomed as a full medicine cat. Don't know how I feel as Lemon Stripe being the full name, but I guess it's fitting enough. And it seems that we have only been the first in the series of loss here. Weaselreed passes due to green cough, and I'd like to think some grief about our death. Milky was found stiff and curled up in her nest. It seems she died in her sleep. Warbler Tuff's infection progressed too far and left him cold in his nest. Rumors reach our clan that the rogue Beau has died recently. As the clan sits vigil, Moonfern's voice cracks with grief, talking about the time they had with us. In the dead of the night, Moonfern wails into the vast sky, unable to fathom StarClan's cruelty. They glare up at Silverpelt, gouging the earth with shaky claws. And then Moonfern gets double whammied, I guess. It just doesn't feel real. Moonfern stares at Weaselreed's body blankly, waiting for this horrible nightmare to end. As the vigil draws to a close, someone suggests Moonfern should eat. They refuse, not so much as shifting their vacant gaze. Snowleaf fusses gently with Frostwhisper's fur, hiding the evidence of what killed them. They want to remember them as they were in life, not like this. Once night comes and they fall asleep, Snowleaf desperately wails Frostwhisper's name. Movements frantic as they refuse to accept their death. Frankly, they're all better off without Frostwhisper, and Chartrumple doesn't know why everyone else is so grief-stricken. Love us or hate us, I guess. Shaded Antler wails when they see the body of Frostwhisper still and cold in the clearing. They sit vigil that night as grief fills their heart. Shaded Antler only retires to their nest when concerned clanmates usher them there. Tremors rack through their body as they dwell on how Frostwhisper won't see another morning. As the clan sits vigil, Sky Scratch's voice cracks with grief, talking about the time they had with Weaselreed. Sky Scratch spends time by themselves, letting themselves mourn Weaselreed and the time they should have had together. No one can begrudge them the need to grieve. The past man, Frostwhisper, Weaselreed, Milky, and Warblertuft have all taken their places in StarClan. So much grief and death has taken its toll on the cats of MoonClan. Slumber Shiver, Storm Sky, and Lemon Stripe are particularly shaken by it. I guess I can't really say I'm surprised, except by that. Okay. Sky Scratch has recovered from white cough. Weaselreed died to green cough. The rat bite Liar Rush has gotten his healed. Falling Whiskers' mangled tail has healed but left them with the scar. Sagbell's gotten yellow cough because we didn't have enough respiratory infections going around. The rat bite, Burn Path has gotten his healed. Scratchfoot has recovered from green cough. Warbler-Tusk's infection progressed too far and left him cold in his nest. There seems to be an infection growing in Robin Shade's broken bone. Mulberry Kit no longer has white cough. Okay, it was kitten cough. I guess I won't complain. Cinnamon Kit was climbing a tree and got a splinter from one of the branches. The River Clan Medicine Cat apprentice comes to our camp pleading for help with the yellow cough epidemic. However, MoonClan has nothing that they are willing to share. Okay, so I guess it's not just us, there's an epidemic in other clans too. Which begs the question if there's something going around, or if there's something causing this, and I do consider those two different things. One is just close contact and cats spread to other cats. The other is that there's some underlying thing that's making cats sick, like prey supply or, I don't know, pollution, something like that. With the additional focus of the clan, 15 Urds were gathered. Storm Sky was found and brought back to the safety of the clan. Falcon Scratch and Icy Fin had a huge fight and broke up. Miss Spot believes she's part of a new prophecy. Frontail believes he's meant for something greater. And then again, we had the River Clan Medicine Cat apprentice come to MoonClan's camp pleading for help, and we refuse. So Storm Sky was actually found and brought back, so we now have another medicine cat. And luckily, just a familiar face. Let's see if we can get so lucky with Needledew again. I will say too, I'm a little surprised that Lyre Rush didn't have any indication about mourning our loss. I get that we were all growing up and aging, but at the same time, I was kind of expecting Lyre to mourn our loss. I don't begrudge the fact that she's not, though, for the simple fact that, like, sure, I'd want to be important enough to have affected somebody's life, but I don't want them to be so debilitated that they cease to function after I'm gone, too. So I think that's fitting enough anyway. But we'll go ahead and save up there. And I guess we'll see what we can do as a ghost. Yarosar is curious about other clans. Falcon Scratch finds joy in the simple tasks of a deputy's duty. Radasser is still hiding something he's giving to the leader. Maybe it's some medicine to prevent sickness at this rate, who knows. Beverly Pelt is hoping for a message from StarClan soon. Storm Sky is glad to have returned. He is injured. With shock, okay. I thought maybe he came back with some kind of injury, but no, he just got back and, stumbled into a war zone. It's fine. Hiccup Heart is feeling down. Lemon Stripe is gifting a shiny pebble to the kits. He was mentored by Radasser, who influenced him to be more likely to think things through and start a fight. Weird for a medicine cat. When he graduated, he was honored for his hard work, graduating at 13 moons old. Lyre Rush is planning to visit the medicine cat. Dang, no mention even of us. Okay. I am glad that we did give her the Monarch Butterfly accessory just so somebody has some of our accessories now that we're gone. I was fully intending to give the kit something, but I kind of forgot and now it's too late. I do find it a little odd that Snowleaf is grieving our loss. I guess it could come back around to that toxic relationship, will they, won't they, that never came to pass. But he wants to compliment Swanthroat's fighting techniques. Again, a little odd since he kind of hates our kits, but it's fine. Chirpback oddly is mourning us. I kind of thought that they hated us. Maybe it's, again, one of those love-hate relationships. And I guess it's more love than hate. And Rabbitail sat all night at our vigil. Again, I thought that was more hate than love, but I guess it's the opposite, so maybe we redeemed ourselves. Moral Swirl is missing the warmth that Frost Whisper brought to her life. Ecodapple is praying that we're safe in StarClan. just to double check where their faith is. Swamp Throat's awesome K-Pet's playing with colorful moss balls. Guess she doesn't really miss us that much either. Burn Path will never forget us, though. No one there is super strongly faithful except for maybe Moral Swirl, which is kind of funny because out of all of the kits, I expected her to be the least faithful. I guess it could just come in with the ghost side too, though. Ravensong is missing the warmth that Weaselreed brought to their life. It can't be easy for him. He just lost both of his litter mates in the span of a moon. Both survived by mates. And in the end, it was only us that even gave him, you know, nibblings, I guess all nieces, technically. And most of his kits are now gone. But he does have some grandkits. It's really odd to see how all that played out. I'm kind of curious to see what a family tree of everything would have actually looked like. Maybe that's something I'll do as a challenge later on. And look at Mulberry Kit, all healed up. I wonder if Kitten Cough is the same as White Cough then and just rebranded because it's deadlier to kids? I don't know. But she recovered and she's the first I've ever had recover, so at least something could happen this episode. Charm Rumble throws a moss ball high in the air for Pumpkin Kit to catch. She makes a daring leap off a nearby rock to catch it, Courage 2. Okay, and that's really everything there. We can't talk with anyone, we can't say anything, so I guess we'll just check on how we're doing in the afterlife here. We're feeling happy. Okay, fair enough. Maybe we're talking with Willowtail and all of our other loved ones that have gone. Willowtail's sad to see how the clan has changed. Where is Swanspot? Swanspot is admiring Sark Clan territory. Weaselreed is just surprised to find himself walking in the stars of Silver Pelt. I am gonna double check and make sure no one made it to the Dark Forest that shouldn't be here. Sometimes they will, so just need to double check there. Alright, well obviously we can't do a LifeGen patrol. It's more like a Dead Gen patrol, if anything now. So I guess we'll just do regular patrol missions. Okay, Rataster finds weird sounds and whispers on the wind, so we're gonna try this again. And once again, we are not successful in saving the unknown queen. Beverly Pelt gathers moss. Storm Sky gathers horsetail. Hiccup Heart doesn't gather anything, but Lemon Stripe does gather juniper despite the treacherous winter conditions. In the middle of remarking the border, Yarosar finds a distinct scent trail has crossed it. I don't actually know what that is. I'm assuming cat. I'm assuming this is a recruiting mission, but we have to proceed because someone's trespassing, and I don't know for sure that this is a cat. This could be a dog for all I know. So we'll follow it and see what happens. Figburst tells Yarosar there's good as scent blind, and the patrol ignores the scent. Our reputation with outsiders has remained neutral. Okay, once again, I'm assuming that that was some kind of recruiting mission, but I have no idea. Not for sure. Our next border patrol sends off a small dog. Our final patrol meets Goose Clan, a clan we consider to be allies at the border. We approach and call out a greeting and then remark on a recent battle between Goose Clan and one of the other clans. Ruclo compliments the Goose Clan cats on their battle prowess, improving our relationships. And that's everything for that. I guess we're going to go ahead and do one more time skip. And then I'm going to go ahead and, again, just get some insight from everybody for what will be our final MoonClan episode. We take some time to practice our dream walking so we can visit the MoonClan cats we've been watching so closely. You meet up with some friends to joke about the good old days. MoonClan doesn't know how good they have it. You think of a message to send to the medicine cats of MoonClan during the half moon meeting. Wonder what message we sent then. With the additional focus of the clan, 15 herbs were gathered. Icy Finn watches with pride as Mulberry Paw is named and given to Scratchfoot to apprentice under. They know Scratchfoot was a good choice. Pumpkin Paw can't believe her apprenticeship is finally here. Nearly tripping over her own paw, she scurries up to Swanthroat, excitedly touching noses with her. Swanthroat's a good choice, and it's bittersweet to see her being made a mentor now. Icy Finn is watching with pride as Quiet Paw is named and given to Rabbitail to apprentice under, knowing that they were a good choice. Because there really is an epidemic going on, Icy Finn has now gotten Yellow Cough. Storm Sky's shock is gone. Shaded Antler casts off their grief, learning to live with it. Slumber Shiver's rat bite has healed, and her shock is gone. She feels a lot more like herself now. Twighair's dislocated joint has popped back into place and is feeling better. Lemon Stripe has finally warmed up and is no longer shivering, and is no longer in shock. Turbo Rabbit has gotten Yellow Cough. Yeah, there's something going on here. The infection Robin Shade's wound has abated, and Cinnamon Kid's small cut has healed up nicely. So in addition to the previously mentioned events with the herbs, Yarosar was seen playing with a kitty pet over the border. The clan has encountered Lemmy. And Birch Kid believes she's part of a new prophecy. How are you doing on strikes, Yarosar? Alright. That's fine. First strike. Moon 130 for playing with kitty pet Lemmy. I think it's 130. And Birch Kid believes that they're part of a prophecy. Maybe she'll be the one to finally bring justice to the clan. So Frost Whisper can rest. Alright, first things first, let's check out Eldevice Paw. Flamboyant with an active imagination, she's still injured with a broken bone. But this is what she looks like now, all grown up. Here's Mulberry Paw, craving the taste of frog. She's competitive and oddly observant. And she was apprenticed to Scratchfoot. Then here's Pumpkin Paw with her pretty blue eyes, feeling sassy today. She's childish and looks for trinkets. Apprentice is Swanthroat. They have Quiet Paw, who saw a pair of 2 legs near camp today. He is loving and oddly observant. I guess that fits with the quiet part. And he is apprenticed to Rabbitail. Yarosar is asking Burn Pat to teach them how to swim. Falcon Scratch is amused by the antics of the younger cats. Radasser plans to go out gathering herbs today. Beverly Pelt is playing a prank on Falcon Scratch. Storm Sky comes up with the solution no one else thought of. Hiccup Heart is in the medicine den. Lemon Stripe hopes for a message from Star Clan soon. Slumber Shiver daydreams about being a warrior in Leopard Clan. I'll just completely randomize this. Fire Rush is teaching the kids about morals until they all fall asleep. Moral Swirl saw Julie Kit playing with a kitty pet. Echo Dapple chats with Radasser about what it's like to be a medicine cat. Swanthroat is feeling lazy. And Bird Pass saw some kitty pets playing with colorful moss balls. Raven Song is daydreaming. Chardrumble is seeking guidance from Star Clan for the young ones. Cinnamon Kid shows remarkable bravery when facing Chardrumble in a play fight, determined one day to become the victor. Courage and compassion won. Alright, and I'll just speed through the last few patrols here. Who, all the medicine cats gather something besides Lemon Stripe, who tries to dig through the snow and ends up with Frostbite instead. Our first border patrol comes across a Clay Clan apprentice waiting quietly at the border. They beg to join MoonClan. Nah. Sorry, it's winter time. We've got an epidemic as it is. I'm sure you'll be fine back at your old camp. Our hunting patrols haven't been gathering a lot of food. Mostly small amounts of prey, but it's enough to keep us afloat, and that's really all that matters. Our next border patrol stumbles across a large dog wandering through the middle of the territory. We fight bravely, but we only need to get unlucky once. Sherman Hart gets taken out of the fight with one snap of the beast's huge jaws, and the rest of the patrol rallies to defend him. Sherman Hart is safely helped back to camp where the medicine den awaits. They got a broken bone. Not good, could be worse. And our final hunting patrol gathers a medium amount of prey. Couple mice. Alright, and that's where we're going to go ahead and leave it off for today. I don't think this is going to be particularly longer or shorter than the other episodes, so apologies in advance. But just to be perfectly clear, MoonClan's story is ending with Frost Whisper. I don't want this to be going on very much longer. This is always meant to just tell one cat's story, even if it's an unremarkable one, and just see what kind of life a warrior might actually lead. And at the end of the day, I think we had a pretty good one. We took our time, but we eventually became a pretty renowned warrior. We got a mate, we had kits, we lived to be an elder. We could have retired, we chose not to. And then we ended up dying in action. And at the end of the day, I think that's a pretty standard warrior life. So I think Frost Whisper had it pretty good. He was pretty well liked by the clan. He obviously had his issues, but he was pretty well liked. So we're only going to have one more episode heavily featuring MoonClan. I don't even want to say this is something we could revisit in the future just because I don't know where we're going to end up going with content and such and challenges. And I just want to make any promises that don't come to pass, so I don't even want to say that that's something and then have it not turn out to be the case. So we're just going to assume that MoonClan's story is going to end next episode in whatever shape that may appear to be. Just given the circumstances, MoonClan's next episode might also be 2 weeks out, just so everybody has some time to catch up and leave their feedback, and so we can make it the best send-off it can be. If you had any fan art or anything you wanted of Frost Whisper or the series or any cats contained therein, now could be a great time to submit that, especially over to Discord, and I'd be happy to include that as a send-off for the clan. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in doing, and if that is, then we can also explore some alternate ways to send that in that's more accessible for everybody too. If you send it to me on Instagram or something like that, maybe I could also find it there. But my plans for wrapping up for the series, I've got a couple different ideas. Let me know what you'd like to see implemented. We can either just kind of continue watching over Lyre until her time comes. That could mean time skipping a lot, or very little. I don't know. We could always just get unlucky and have her pass away next moon for something random anyway. We could just go until Snowleaf gets brought to justice, or until Snowleaf passes even. We could just time skip a bunch in the future and just kind of see what ends up panning out for Frost kits. If we do any of those options, I'd pretty much only just be going over relevant moon skip events. I wouldn't necessarily showcase any patrols that we do or anything like that. It would literally just be time skip events, and then this is where we ended up. And it'd probably be a little bit longer if we did something like that too. I guess also let me know about any interests about what events you'd want to see wrapped up to feel like MoonClan's story is completed. And we could also possibly stream this sometime next week to be a little bit more interactive as well. So just gonna toss that out there. I don't know for sure what time stream would be, but it is a possibility while I still have some time off from school. So let me know what you guys are thinking, what you'd like to see, and how you'd like to see Frost Whisper's story conclude. So I'm not going to take up any more time, but thank you all so much for watching and for being a part of this journey. It was a lot longer than I was expecting it to be, but I did enjoy every moment of it. So until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay happy. I'll see you all then, and bye.